Chairman, first I want to thank you for initiating this task force and the opportunity to be considered to chair this task force. I've looked at it as a restoration of Article 1 authority. The definition, however, we have of the task force is a restoration of the authority that Congress has with regard to executive overreach. And I'm an originalist. I believe that the text of the Constitution has to be understood to mean what it was understood to mean at the time of its ratification. And I believe the first task of this task force is to work together, and I would reiterate the words of Chairman Conyers, in a bipartisan fashion, to identify the executive overreach. And I'd first like to approach this by identifying the breadth of the possible executive overreach, and I expect that we will have ideas coming from both sides of the aisle. Then I think we should sort them in the categories of what is an unconstitutional overreach versus what is simply an executive overreach. We also should recognize that Congress has willingly handed our executive authority over to the President because we didn't want to make a decision or we thought that actual governing was too cumbersome. And there are times when Congress has not done the job that I think we should be doing with regard to oversight. And there's times the executive branch has been very reluctant to cooperate with Congress's oversight in legitimate constitutional functions. We've also been unwilling on many occasions to use the constitutional authority we have to restrain an executive branch, and the most specific and useful and the most nimble is the power of the purse. It was specifically laid out for Congress to restrain an executive branch of government. All of those things, I think, come before this task force, and I would also remark that listening to Chairman Goodlatte, who stated it this way, that our founding fathers believed that the Congress would be, each branch of government would be motivated to preserve its authority. I would phrase it a little differently, although it's not at all. It's actually a mirror of this. I've long said that the founding fathers envisioned that each branch of government would jealously protect the constitutional authority that is defined, I think, clearly between Articles 1, 2, and 3 in our Constitution. And when any branch of government fails to do that, then that power is going to go somewhere, perhaps to the more aggressive branch of government. And in the end, it's the erosion of the power of we the people. So what we're really addressing here is how to pull back the Article 1 authority that has gone to the executive branch and set up a strategy and a plan to do that, an agreement hopefully on how to do that. I expect it will be incrementally. However, the net result of a success with this task force will be that we're empowering we the people as our founding fathers imagined and envisioned. And I expect also there will be two different viewpoints here. As much as we're going to work in a bipartisan fashion, and that is those that believe that the Constitution is living and breathing versus those that believe that the text of the Constitution means what it was understood to mean at the time of its ratification. So I'm looking forward to the formation of this committee, and I appreciate the chairman's vision in putting this together. And I think that in the end, the entire government will be better off, and certainly when we empower we the people, we know that we the people are all better off. That's our task. So I thank the chairman for his vision and foresight, urge the adoption of this resolution, yield back the balance of my time.
Chair, thank